Hey everyone, hope all is well. So today's video is very important for everybody who's looking to apply for the Indian School of Business ISB in this admission cycle, which is 2024. Why am I recording this video? Because as against my expectations, the essay topics of ISB have changed this year yet again. So I'll request you to stay till the end of the video. I'll talk about everything. I'll talk about the essay prompts. I'll talk about the deadline. I'll talk about my thoughts on how to pen down your essays, whether you're taking somebody's help or if you're writing them on your own. Awesome. Let's get started. So the deadline for ISB round 1 is 15th September 15 September 2024. So we broadly have 2-3 months now, and I recommend all my mentees to prepare for GMAT or GRE in parallel, 2 hours per day, and keep 2 hours per week on building your profile, adding some uniqueness to your extracurriculars, and also work on your essays side by side. So that's the mantra that I recommend. Don't keep it sequential. Don't have this mindset, कि पहले GMAT दे देते हैं, फिर आराम से अगस्त में essays लिखेंगे. क्योंकि what I've seen about ISB essays over the last 2-3 years is that the essays have pivoted from trying to gauge you as a professional to questions which are trying to gauge you as a person. So when somebody is trying to gauge you as a person, it requires a lot more introspection. काम के बारे में बात करने में तो you just remember that project, that engagement, that award that you won, and why did you win that, how many people you led, what was your individual contribution. But ISB essays have changed drastically to trying to know me, let's say Sarthak, who's the candidate, as a person, what drives him, where is he coming from, who or what has shaped his journey till now, parental influence, upbringing, early inclinations, hobbies, and the why behind the same. So now I'll get to the essay topics. I have the application portal in front of me. So there are 3 essays this year as well. The first essay, if I look at it, is I'm paraphrasing here. So talk about situations which have shaped your personal journey till now, personal journey, not professional journey, and how they have helped you cultivate your strengths and weaknesses. Now this is very similar to the essay, the first essay prompt of 2023. But I believe the first essay prompt of last year was a little more professional in nature. They were still words like professional experiences, how it has shaped you as a professional. But now they have explicitly mentioned personal journey. And I believe when somebody is asking you to talk about who or what has shaped your personal journey till now, rather than work, I as a candidate should jot down my upbringing, where I was born and brought up, my parents, their backgrounds, their occupation, how their backgrounds and their occupation shaped me as a person. If let's say my mother has been indulged in community work ever since my formative years, how it helped me in taking up volunteering eventually. So that sort of cause and effect is what I have to talk about in the first essay. So I recommend all my mentees to stick to 3-4 paragraphs, but really brainstorm on what will you write. Try to canvas your life story from your birth to your upbringing to decisions till school. Why did I take commerce or science? Whether it was peer pressure or parental influence, or whether I was academically inclined, so I wanted to explore one field, be it humanities or commerce or whatever you picked. And in the second paragraph, talk about your journey till college. Why did you pick the extracurriculars that you picked? What did you spend your time on? And in the last paragraph, talk about your life choices after completing your education, which is life after college. Why did you pick the career that you picked? Be it social impact, be it investment banking, be it finance, be it consulting. I am more interested to know the why behind the what when it comes to your professional journey. So try to link everything to a cause, be it your parents, be it your siblings, be it your college batchmates, be it your elder sister, be it a situation that you faced while growing up, and how it led you to pick up one career choice or become a part of the stand-up comedy club in college, or let's say take up mentorship as a very prominent part of your life later on. So that is the first essay, and I believe it's my favorite essay prompt simply because it's like writing the initial pages of your autobiography. Rather than knowing who Sarthak is as a professional, or what Sarthak has accomplished as a professional, let's say in his 3-4 years of professional tenure with Deloitte, I am more interested to know Sarthak as a person. What influenced Sarthak to take the decisions that he took, and where did it lead him? Right? So requires a lot of introspection. That's why I recommend everyone to start early. This is not something which can be done in a month or in 2 months. It takes a lot of time. It takes systematic introspection, breaks in between, brainstorming, writing it, reiterating over it, revising the essays. So it takes some time. So that's why I recommend my mentees to do GMAT prep in parallel and do profile building and essay writing in parallel. The second essay, which I believe is a major change this year, it's completely different. It's elaborate on the intellectual experiences that have shaped your approach to learning and have led you to pursue an MBA. So ये काफ़ी sophisticated सा question है, and है भी. Talk about the intellectual experiences that have shaped your approach to learning. The simple meaning of this is, आप कैसे सीखते हो? What is your approach to learning? Do you like to listen to podcasts? Do you like to read books? Do you like to have conversations, talk to people to learn more about a concept or an industry? How exactly have you learned and expanded your intellectual horizon in life? It can be dinner table conversations with your dad on numbers and business, which led you to read more books on business, and that's why it inspired you to do an MBA later on. It can be reading a lot of books because your elder sibling was a voracious reader and he or she influenced you to take up books while you were in school. It can be being influenced by a college peer to listen to podcasts and how those podcasts influenced you to finance and business later on. So the essay is trying to gauge what makes you tick. How do you learn essentially? Are you someone who likes to listen to people or listen to experiences? Are you somebody who likes to read? Are you somebody who wants to engage in a conversation to learn more? Whatever you do, however you learn, give examples of situations. Don't give me generic answers कि मेरे को तो podcast सुनना पसंद है. Give me the genesis of when did you start listening to podcast, who inspired you to listen to podcast, which sort of podcast did you listen and you listen to right now, and how it influenced you or introduced you to the world of business, right? So that linking is very important. So genesis of that avenue of learning, be it a podcast, be it a book, be it a conversation, be it your parents, and how it led you to love business and learn more about business, right? It's very important to link what you learn, how you learn, to how it led you to be intrigued about business, because the essay specifically says, how have your intellectual experiences prompted you to pursue an MBA? An MBA is a business management program. तो आपको इसमें बताना ही पड़ेगा कि धीरे धीरे while listening to podcast, whatever was the genesis, how did it lead you to listen to business podcasts? Let's say The Barber Shop with Shantanu or Matrix Movements. These are the podcasts that I listen to. And let's say the Indian Startup Operator. आपने podcast सुनना शुरू कैसे किया? किसने इंट्रोड्यूस किया? What was your journey of learning, and how did it prompt you to understand more about business? So that's the second essay topic. Very interesting. This is the most difficult essay prompt to answer, I believe. Once again, this essay is trying to know you as a person. इसके अंदर आप ये बिल्कुल भी नहीं बता सकते कि मैंने Deloitte में ये काम किया है, मैंने इतने लोग लीड करे हैं. इसके अंदर आपको बताना है तो आप ये बता सकते हो कि I learned more about business from my manager at Deloitte. He or she introduced me to this topic of transfer pricing when I was working as let's say an assistant manager audit in Deloitte, and how transfer pricing as a concept led me to learn more about business, right? So like I told you, ISB is shifting its focus from professional essays to personal essays, which is, I believe, a very good change, क्योंकि professional essays में ना सब इतना इतना सब्जेक्टिव होता था एंड सब इतना बीफ अप करके लिखते थे, सब टीम अचीवमेंट्स को इंडिविजुअल अचीवमेंट्स बना के लिखते हैं, ऑल ऑफ अस नो दैट. So I believe the school thought ki let's change the game altogether. Let's ensure that every candidate is introspecting before they even write a word in their application portal. So that's why it requires a lot of time. And the last essay is your typical goals essay. How will ISB help you achieve your professional goals? This is an optional essay, but I believe you should write this essay. The word limit of the first two essays is 400 words, 400 words. The word limit of this essay is 250 words. इसके अंदर I believe I will strongly encourage you to write it. इसके अंदर I believe you should talk about your specific short-term goals. When I say specific, talk about your industry that you want to enter, let's say consulting or e-commerce. Talk about the functional role that you want to join in, let's say category manager or a founder's office role in this industry or that industry. And your long-term goals can be directional. Directional का मतलब है don't be very specific in your long-term goals. Even if it's I want to build something of my own, just keep it as is, but talk about what has prompted you to think about entrepreneurship in the long run, and how will ISB through its specific electives, professors, beyond the classroom initiatives, international immersion, alumni base, experiential learning program, how will ISB through these specific subjects, professors, beyond the classroom initiatives help you in achieving those specific short-term goals followed by directional long-term goals. So I know the video has been very long, but I wanted to cover the change in ISB essays this year. This has been the only change. The deadline is 15 September 2024. Everything else remains the same. The letter of recommendation, you have to get 1, awards, achievements, employment details, GMAT, GRE scores. GMAT or GRE you have to write in center. Don't submit an at-home score, that's not allowed. So that is the major change which is in the essays. I wish you all the best. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any doubts, and my support, my blessings, my everything is with you always. Thank you.